in 2019, when Meghan was expecting her first child, friends had suggested that she might give birth at home with a midwife in an attempt to follow in the footsteps of the late Queen, who had given birth to each of her children at either Clarence House or Buckingham Palace. However, Meghan and Harry later revealed that Meghan had given birth at Portland Hospital. On Monday, May 6, 2019, the palace announced at 1:49 p.m. that Meghan had gone into labor at 2:40 p.m. The palace then issued a second announcement stating that the couple was delighted to welcome the son and that Meghan was lucky to have given birth so quickly, except that she had given birth 8 hours and 14 minutes ago at 5:26 a.m. It's interesting that Meghan declined to follow in Diana's footsteps and have a child at the private Lindo wing of St. Mary's Hospital and be photographed on its steps. Why the deceit? Well, not only was the timing dubious, but the statements made by one or both of them don't correspond with the birth at that particular hospital in Portland, nor do they correspond with giving birth as experienced by the rest of the world eating a heavy meal during labor. Harry having access to laughing gas that the hospital they were at had an ER for Portland doesn't everything about the birth was accurate. How the baby had grown so much in 10 days said by Harry when the baby was that woman never stopped having those children. The birth certificate was made public on May 17, 2019. Recall that before to this, all deliveries had occurred at home, without the use of hospital midwives or gynecological doctors. It was until 11 days following the delivery that the public was informed that Meghan had given birth at Portland Hospital. The infant was delivered at 5:26 a.m. on May 5, after Meghan was reportedly taken to the Portland Hospital. Keep in mind that reservations are suggested to be made in advance for the private hospital at Portland Hospital the following day. Today's website mentions an agreed birthing plan that the Sussexes may have scheduled to meet a surrogate mother. However, perhaps in a desperate attempt to maintain privacy, Meghan may have led everyone to believe that she was still planning to give birth at home. In that case, why provide false information about the child's birth time when nobody was aware of its location? Elderly moms are admitted to the hospital for a minimum of 12 hours, according to nurses from the OB/GYN's clinic. Harry claimed that after 2, they departed. Meghan stated that since there is no ER at that hospital, they chose not to prevent Archie's access. There is no ER at that facility. Therefore nurses from an OB/GYN claimed they don't do geriatric deliveries there. A single when the royal expert called the Portland Hospital, they verified that the birth date listed on the marks had not occurred. The royal family knew that Archie was pregnant on her supposed birthday because during the Australian tour, staff members would have reported to Buckingham Palace the moon bumps they couldn't help but notice. However, the royal family took no action, presumably in the hopes that she would eventually confess and come clean. The royal family could be aware of this, since it would be impossible for them to claim to know otherwise. They would have to explain how they know the hand would be played when it makes sense to do so.